Okay, students, good afternoon once again. హర్శంకర్ సార్ క్లాస్ అయిపోయిందా?
అయిపోయింది సార్. హరిశంకర్ సార్ సెకండ్ పేపర్
ఓకే
అది ఫిఫ్త్ పేపర్.
ఓకే 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 రైట్.
సార్
Right.
అసైన్మెంట్ చెప్పలేదు
అసైన్మెంట్ ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పాను కదా, నిన్ననే కూడా చెప్పాను క్లాస్లో.
సార్. చెప్పండి సార్ మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి.
ప్రతి ఒక్క యూనిట్ ఏదైతే మాడ్యూల్ ఉందో మాడ్యూల్ నుంచి రెండు ఎస్ఏ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆన్సర్స్ రాయాలని చెప్పాను.
అంటే సిలబస్లో ఉన్నాయి దాంట్లో.
అవును, మాడ్యూల్ ప్రతి ఒక్క మాడ్యూల్ నుంచి 2 క్వశ్చన్స్ అంటే ఎస్ఏ క్వశ్చన్స్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి, వాటి ఆన్సర్స్ రాసి పంపించాలి.
అంటే ఏవైనా 2?
ఏవైనా 2 ఎస్ఏ క్వశ్చన్స్.
ఓకే సార్.
ఎన్ని మాడ్యూల్ ఉన్నాయి? ఎన్ని మాడ్యూల్స్ ఉన్నాయి మన సిలబస్? 4 మాడ్యూల్ ఉన్నాయి. ఓకే, సో ఒక్కొక్క మాడ్యూల్ నుంచి 2 ఎస్ఏ క్వశ్చన్స్ రాయాలి. సో వాటిని యాస్టీస్గా ఏదైతే మాకు వాట్సాప్ చేయాలి. ఏ టీచర్ పేపర్ అయితే ఆ టీచర్.
ఎప్పుడు సబ్మిట్ చేయాలి సార్ మరి?
ఈ మంత్ ఎండింగ్ వరకు సబ్మిట్ చేయండి.
ఓకే
ఓకే, సో 28th అని చెప్పాను. సో ఇక మీరు టైం తీసుకోండి, ఇంకా ఈ మంత్ ఎండింగ్ వరకు మీరు సబ్మిట్ చేయాలి. Okay, so right, so before going to today's concept about art and architecture of ancient Roman civilization, we have to see the things which we discussed in the last class. Okay, so can you give me 1 or 2 points what we discussed in the last class? మనం లాస్ట్ క్లాస్లో చెప్పుకున్న 1-2 పాయింట్లు ఏమైనా చెప్తారా? రాజు నాయక్, సుగుణ, give me at least 1 or 2 points what we discussed in the last class. చెప్పాలి, అట్లీస్ట్ మీరు మాట్లాడాలి. ఓకే, సో మీకు తెలుసా లేదా అనేది కూడా మీకు చెప్పాలి. సైలెంట్గా ఉంటే ఏం అర్థం కాదు మాకు.
సార్ నిన్న సిగ్నల్ పెన్ చేయలేదు సార్, అందుకే క్లాస్ వినలేదు, మిస్ అయ్యా.
ఏం చేశారు?
అంటే ఊరిలో ఉన్న సార్, ఉరికిపోయినా.
మీరు ఊరికిపోతే ఆల్రెడీ వీడియో పోస్ట్ చేసాం కదా, అట్లీస్ట్ వీడియో చూడాలి.
సిగ్నల్ సరిగా పని చేయదు సార్ అక్కడ.
అది కాదమ్మా, ఆల్రెడీ మేము వీడియో పోస్ట్ ఎందుకు చేస్తున్నాము? ఎవరైతే క్లాస్ మిస్ అయ్యారో వాళ్ళు క్లాస్ వింటారు అనే ఉద్దేశంతో పోస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం గ్రూప్లో. అట్లీస్ట్ మీరు ఆ పోస్టులు కూడా చూడకపోతే ఎట్లా? రాజు నాయక్ చెప్పండి, లాస్ట్ క్లాస్లో ఏం చెప్పుకున్నాం మనం?
సార్ రోమ్ సివిలైజేషన్ గురించి చెప్పుకున్నాం సార్. వాళ్ళ సిటీ గురించి, సిటీ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ గురించి, వాటి గురించి చెప్పుకున్నాం సార్.
అంతేనా?
సార్
Okay, so I have to recap the points once again. Yesterday we have discussed about the city life basically. Okay, so the city life in the Roman civilization, and before that we had a glance over such things, particularly the daily life, how the people lead their life, and how the people had the association with certain sections or the certain sectors. Okay, So because you are well known that every personality had the link or a relation with his surroundings, and his surroundings which adjoining are connected with various things. Okay, so he had a relation with the economy and society and religion. Okay, so and within the economy, there are certain sections within economy. He had the relation with agriculture, and sometimes he followed the trade and commerce also. Like he may be turned into a merchant or a trader likewise. Okay, so every citizen had relationship of every thing which is association with his surroundings. Okay, so as a part of that context, we discussed the daily life and daily life of a persons in the rural areas in the earlier class, and the life of the city, life in the city discussed in the last class. Okay, so as a part of the city life, we discussed about the Roman city, one of the first and important city, and which acted as a capital of the whole Roman territories. And we also discussed about certain mythological stories of this establishment of Roman city also. Okay, so and apart from these things, we had certain things also we discussed. Okay, so first of all, I will give you those things, and next we will move to the art and architecture which followed in the ancient Roman society. Okay, so first of all, I have to share my screen, and then I will show you the screen regarding this art and architecture. Okay, so first of all, we have to recap the points, and then we'll move to art and architecture. Okay, so in the daily life, basically, we had certain description over the population of the city in the Rome. Okay, so nearly 1 million people who are residing at that time. Okay, so and the Rome is such a crowded city, and we there is a scarcity of the land, so that the poor people who are living in certain structure of the apartment, which is called with the name of the insulae. Okay, so insulae were 5 to 6 storage apartments. Nearly 30 to 40 families were residing at a place, and they shared their ideas and their life and certain things within the insulates. Okay, so which is a crowded city, and noise also is somewhat higher. Okay, so wagons and carts were banned from the streets during the day to ease the congestion. Okay, so which the whole streets and roads of this Rome, which is such a crowded during the days. Okay, so to avoid such crowdiness, the Romans were which avoided using of those certain carts basically in the daytime. Okay, so apart from those, we have certain things also where there are you observe the gap between the rich and poor, and basically the rich lived in a comfortable villas, and the villas they were constructed somewhat far away from the city, and they are cities and towns, and they are constructed these villas in the middle of their own land, which is situated in the countryside or like that. Okay, so as a to spend their somewhat leisure time, for every 10 days or 1 week, they will go with the family and spend their time at villas, and again spending 1 or 2 days and then back to their homes and cities in the homes and houses in the cities are like that. Okay, so and where at the same time the poor lived in apartment blocks called the insulae. Okay, so we already discussed about that, and these insulates were 6 stories tall and poorly constructed and often collapsed. And we also discussed certain these apartments are which is similar to the modern type of apartments. Okay, so where the ground floors were which is given to certain people for a rent to manage or maintain shops or like that. Okay, so such a the modern concept, the people of Roman cities they follow. Okay, so and apart from those where sometimes these calamities like the fires and any sudden threats also taken place, and high rents forced the entire families to live in one room. Okay, so because city is somewhat congested, and where the rich class were filled with these cities, and the poor people who spend their life in a congested rooms, 1 or 2 rooms like that. Okay, so did not have any plumbing or central heating system in those insulates. Okay, so in those apartments, and uncomfortable conditions caused many Romans to spend most of their time outdoors, or outdoors in the sense in the streets or roads. Okay, on the roads. Okay, so in the city life they also have certain entertainment like the poor received free grain from the emperor, which means we are already discussing certain things where the important Roman emperors like Augustus and Caesar, who ruled according to the wish of the people and on the basis of the social welfare. And as a part of social welfare, these emperors distributed certain free food grains to the poor. Okay, so and poor received these free grain from the emperor, and grand public spectacles entertain the people also. Okay, so and parts of they also celebrated certain religious festivals. Okay, we already discussed oversight, which is like Saturnalia, which is important festival they celebrated on the on the 17th December or like that. Okay, so Capernalia, which is celebrated on the 15th February like that. Okay, so and as a memory of their goddess Cybele, they also conducted or celebrated certain festivals. Okay, so those are as a part of the entertainment. Apart from these, they also have certain shows, gladiator shows, and to watch the shows, they constructed certain amphitheaters. Okay, so amphitheater is such a huge stadium, open air theater, where nearly 50,000 people can accommodate at a time, and they can watch those gladiator shows also. Okay, so and certain featured race and chariot, horse and chariot races at the Circus Maximus. Okay, so Circus Maximus also another place, public place where they can see such a races. Okay, so chariot or horse races, and apart from these certain dramatic performance in the theaters also they enjoyed, and very popular shows were the gladiator shows. Okay, so and apart from these certain other things we have to discuss, and like in the part of as a part of the art of the ancient Roman civilization, and they enjoyed Greek art and Greek statue which adorned their cities and homes also, and reproductions became a popular, and Roman sculptures added certain realistic events, even unpleasant and features to the idealized Greek forms you will see as a part of art. Okay, so as a part of the architecture. Okay, so today we are going to see about these things regarding the art and architecture of ancient Roman civilization. Okay, so as a part of art and architecture, I will give you these things in a detailed manner. And before that, just I am have a glance about this point, and then we'll move in a detailed way. Okay, so as a part of art and architecture, you will see certain excellent performance in their art and architecture, and continue to use certain Greek styles, and like the columns and use of rectangular buildings, and they created forums based on curved lines like the dome, arch, and wall, and these were the people in the world who used the concrete on a massive scale. Okay, so because you are well known that when you think about the Roman civilization, you have a largest buildings with certain columns in a white color. Okay, so those were the contribution, great contribution of these Roman people to the world, where they massively used the concrete while constructing certain buildings also. Okay, so before that, it was from the Greeks that the Romans imbibed ideas on the religion, philosophy, art and architecture, and learning and science. Okay, so but it was untrue to say that the Romans occupied everything from the Greeks. Okay, so Romans they got certain things from the Greek. Okay, so but not everything from the Greeks. Okay, so there was Romans were influenced by the Romans, by the Greeks. Okay, it's a open secret, and everyone can accept it. And but everything from the Greek were not influenced basically. Okay, so they got certain basic things from the Greek, and the concept which the Romans themselves developed. Okay, so the Romans excelled all others in the construction of public buildings, and they copied the Greek style in the construction of the columns or the pillars, but arches and domes were their invention. Okay, so the Romans got the thing, nothing but the column. Okay, as a part of architecture, the columns were they were imitated from the Greeks, but other things like the construction of arch and maintaining these wall, also the dome, also their own contribution. And their pantheon is a temple-like structure. Yet Rome has a dome measuring nearly 142 feet in diameter. And the Colosseum, which is, we already discussed, Colosseum Stadium, which was completed around 880 AD, and which accommodated around 50,000 people who enjoyed watching these gladiator shows or fights or slaying of the Christians by hungry lions. Okay, so and not only this, the Romans built forums, baths, bridges, and 1,200 miles of highways on 372 main routes. Okay, so nearly 372 highways, roadways you will see during the Roman Empire. And they laid out the gardens surrounding their mansions and had goldfish ponds are like that. Okay, for the entertainment part, they also constructed these such mansions, and also like the fountains and the ponds, goldfish ponds on the streets. Okay, so and the forum was another masterpiece. It was a public meeting place. Okay, it's like a marketplace where the people basically use it as a place for the gathering, public gathering, and where the important people or intellectual class can give the speeches. Okay, so I will give you the other details things regarding this art and architecture first of all, and I will share that screen first of all, and then will give you my give you explanation. Okay, so right. Okay, so as a part of this, are you getting my screen? Okay, so as a part of ancient Roman art, which is centered in the city of the Rome and the civilization of the ancient Rome, which ruled much of Europe over 1,000 years, and the arts flourished during this time and were often used by the wealthy and powerful to memorialize their deeds and heritage. Okay, so born from the Greek art, when you see how the Greek, how the Roman art, which is imitated from or the influenced from other art, basically it is imitated from the Greek art only. Okay, so the Romans admired the Greek culture and arts, and after conquering Greece, they brought many Greek artists to the Rome to make sculptures for them in the Greek fashion. And the art of ancient Greece had a great influence on the art of ancient Rome. And when you see the other influences, because Roman Roman's culture is somewhat a composite culture. You see various races which lived in it. Okay, so like Etruscan people and Latins. Latins like one of the race of this Indo-European group, and Equations, and also later races which entered in India, Gaul, and also Alsatians, and many such races were you see in the, as a part of this Roman civilization, and you'll see overall a composite culture in it. Okay, so because of this composite culture, the art of Romans may influenced by such other races also, and because as a part of the expansion of the Rome, these rulers were expanded up to the Egypt on the one side and Macedonia on the other side, and they also expanded up to the Mediterranean Sea also. Okay, so they captured many islands in the Mediterranean and Asian seas. Okay, so that these Greek art basically influenced with other cultures also. Okay, so although Greek art had the greatest influence on the Romans, other civilizations that they conquered and encountered over their wide empire also had influence. These included the ancient Egyptians, Eastern art, and Germans and Celtics. Okay, such influence you see on the Roman art and architecture. Okay, so when you see as a part of Roman sculpture, sculpture played an important part of the Roman daily life, and the sculptures took the form of full statues, bust. It's like a sculptures are just a person's head. Okay, so reliefs and sculptures that were part of a wall, and sarcophagi, which is a sculpture on the tombs. Okay, so such things you'll see in the Roman sculpture, and the ancient Romans decorated with the sculptures in a number of places, including public buildings, public parks, and private homes and gardens also. And the Roman sculpture was heavily influenced by the Greek sculpture. And in fact, many of the Roman sculptures were just copies of Greek sculpture. And the wealthy Romans decorated their large homes with the sculptures. A lot of times, these sculptures were or themselves or their ancestors, and other for sculptures included gods and goddesses, philosophers, famous athletes, and successful generals. Okay, so and apart from these, and you are watching a statue, which is the Via Libicana statue of Augustus. Okay, so which is a marble statue of Augustus, the first emperor of the Rome, and he is shown here wearing a traditional Roman toga. Okay, so while performing his duties as a Pontifex Maximus. Okay, so he was the first emperor in the history of Roman Empire, and he also as a dictator, first dictator in the history of ancient Rome also. Okay, so his statues you can see. Sorry, he was not the first emperor. He was a emperor who ruled according to the wish or wish, and which is followed such great reforms in the history of ancient Rome. Okay, so he was the emperor after Julius Caesar, right? Okay, so and the Roman bust, when you see the Roman bust, one of the most popular types of sculpture in ancient Rome was the bust. Okay, so this is culture of just the head. Okay, so bust is nothing but you'll see up to the above part of the chest. Okay, so including the head and the some of the chest and half of the hands you'll see in these figures. Okay, so Romans could put the bust of their ancestors in the atrium of their homes. Okay, atrium is a part of their houses and homes. Okay, yesterday we discussed about the structure of houses and homes also. Okay, so atrium is a waiting hall, a room, waiting room as a part of the home or house. Okay, so in the waiting rooms they can kept these busts of their ancestors. Okay, so this was a way for them to show off their lineage. Okay, so respect to the elders, right? So and next one is when you see the Roman painting, the walls of the homes of wealthy Romans were often decorated with the paintings, and these paintings were frescoes which painted directly on the walls, and most of these paintings have been destroyed over time, but some of them were preserved in the city of Pompeii when it was buried by the eruption of a volcano. Okay, so such paintings were destroyed due to certain natural calamities. Okay, so when you see the mosaics, the Romans also made the picture from the colored tiles called mosaics, and the mosaics have been able to survive the test of the time better than the paintings. And sometimes the tiles would be applied direct at the site of the mosaic, and other types of the tiles and the base would be made in a workshop and the entire mosaic installed later. Okay, so mosaics could be art on a wall, but also work as decorative flooring also. Okay, so when you see the importance of this ancient Roman sculpture or art, okay, so after the Middle Ages, the artists of the Renaissance studied the sculptures, architecture, and art of ancient Rome and Greece to inspire them. And the classic art of the Romans had a significant influence on the art for many years. Okay, so when you see certain interesting facts in it, in the ancient Roman art, and the sculptures of the people become so popular that artists would mass produce sculptures of bodies without the heads. And then when an order came in for a certain person, they would carve the head and add it to the sculpture. And Roman emperors would often have many statues made in their honor and placed around the city. And they used this as a way of commemorating their victories and reminding the people who was in power. Okay, so some Greek statues only survive through the copies that Romans had made, and rich Romans would have their stone coffins covered with the ornate carvings. Okay, so they followed certain stone coffins also. Okay, so Egyptians followed certain glass coffins. Here in the Romans, they followed these stone coffins. Okay, so apart from these, as a part of art and architecture, we had certain important things in it in the ancient Roman art and architecture. The first one is the construction of various coliseums and certain amphitheaters are like that. Okay, so first of all, I will give you the things regarding the Colosseum. Okay, so the Colosseum is a giant amphitheater. Amphitheater in the sense it's like a open air theater. It's like a modern form of stadiums. Okay, so the Colosseum is a giant amphitheater in the ancient Rome, and it was built during the Roman Empire. Okay, so the construction of Colosseum, which is was started in 72 AD by the Emperor Vespasian, and it was finished 8 years later in 80 AD. Okay, so the Colosseum was a huge one. It could seat nearly 50,000 people. It can accommodate 50,000 people to watch any show, and it covers around 6 acres of the land and is 620 feet long and 512 feet wide and 158 feet tall. Okay, so it took more than 1.1 million tons of concrete and stone and bricks to complete the Colosseum. When you see the seating structure, you are getting my screen. You can watch the seating structure on the screen also. Okay, so where the people sat in the Colosseum was determined by the Roman law, and the best seats were reserved for the senators. Behind them were the equestrians. Okay, so our ranking government officials, and a bit higher up sat the ordinary Roman citizens, men and the soldiers. Finally, at the top of the stadium sat the slaves and the Rome. Okay, so slaves and the women. Okay, it is like a slope wise seating. Okay, so now you are aware that the modern form of stadiums where the cricket and football which taken place, and such type of seating you will see in those amphitheaters also. Okay, so the first rows which is confined to such a big personalities like to the senators and consuls or magistrates are like that, and behind the back seats can be given to such people from the upper strata like that. Okay, so and the last seating may be given to the slaves or women. Okay, so this is certain structure of seating you will see in the amphitheaters also. Okay, so another one is the emperor's box. As a part of these amphitheaters, there are certain separate balcony like box only they can arrange construct only for the emperor. Okay, so the best seat in the house belonged to the emperor who sat in the emperor box. Of course, a lot of times it was the emperor who was paying for the games, and this was one way for the emperor to make the people happy and to keep them liking him also. Okay, so and underground passages, when you see certain underground passages below the Colosseum was a labyrinth of underground passages called the Hypogeum. These passages allowed for animals, actors, gladiators to suddenly appear in the middle of the arena and they could use trap doors to add in special effects such as a scenery. Okay, so such modern forms you will see in the Colosseums, right? So, and the walls of the Colosseum were built with the stone, and they made use of a number of arches in order to keep the weight down, and but at still keep them strong. There were four different levels that could be accessed by the states, and who could enter each level was carefully controlled, and the floor of the Colosseum was wooden and covered with the sand also. Okay, so when you see the Colossus, outside of the Colosseum was enormous 30-foot bronze statue of the Emperor Nero called the Colossus of Nero, and it was later turned into a statue of the sun god Sol, Vinctus. And some historians believe that the name of the Colosseum comes from the Colossus only. Okay, so when you see the Valerium, to keep the hot sun and the rain of spectators in the sense audience, there was a retractable owing called the Valerium, and there were 240 wooden masts around the top of the stadium to support the owing, and Roman sailors were used to put up the Valerium when it was needed. Okay, so when see the entrances of the Colosseum had 76 entrances and exits, and this was to help the thousands of people to exit the arena in case of the fire or other emergency. And the passages to the sitting areas were called the vomitoria, and the public entrance were each numbered, and spectators had a ticket that said where they were supposed to enter. Okay, so and the original name of the Colosseum was a amphitheatrum Flavium, but it eventually became known as the Colosseum, and the normal spelling was a generic large amphitheater used for the sports and other entertainment. Okay, so is Colosseum. However, when referring to the one in Rome, it is capitalized and spelled the Colosseum. Okay, so and when you see certain interesting facts of this Colosseum, and certain classes of people were banned from attending the Colosseum also. They included former gladiators, actors, and grave diggers. Okay, so there were 32 different trapdoors underneath of the floor of the stadium. And the first ever games at the Colosseum lasted for 100 days and included more than 3,000 gladiator fights you will see in this Colosseum. Okay, so the west exit was called the Gate of Death. This was where dead gladiators were carried out of the arena. Okay, so the gladiator shows and slaying the Christians by the lions are the main shows you will see in the Colosseum. And after death of any fighter, they can the body can send out through a separate entrance. Okay, so for the west exit, west gate was only for those purpose. Okay, so which is called the Gate of Death. And the southern side of the Colosseum collapsed during the large earthquake which taken place in 847. Okay, so this is another great contribution from the Roman as a part of the architecture. Okay, so apart from that, another one is Roman baths. Okay, so we'll discuss about the Roman bath as a part of scientific contribution. Okay, so we'll go with the Roman baths and Roman engineering and Roman numericals and other scientific contribution in the next class. Okay, so dear students, this is about my explanation, and I will give you the as the final part, final session of Roman civilization tomorrow about the science and scientific contribution of these Roman people. Okay, so Students, this is end of my class now, and uh, you have any doubts or clarifications, now you can ask me, right? Any doubts or clarifications, students, regarding the art and architecture of ancient Romans? Please respond. Is there any doubts or clarifications?
So no, sir.
Yeah, right. Okay, thank you. I am ending my class now. I will meet you again tomorrow at the same time.